Chosen one. Your story is not defined by where you started, but by where you are going. They may see your current situation. They may remember your past struggles, but what they cannot yet comprehend is the power of the transformation that is unfolding in your life right now. You have walked through moments of lack, seasons of disappointment, and chapters where survival was your only focus. Yet every single one of those experiences has prepared you for what is coming. And now the new chapter begins. The chapter where you rise, the chapter where you build, the chapter where your journey from broke to billionaire becomes undeniable. There were times when you thought you had nothing, times when you were overlooked, underestimated, and counted out, times when you questioned if the sacrifices you were making would ever pay off. But hidden within those struggles was a treasure: resilience. You learned to fight with little, to stretch what you had, to make progress even when the odds were against you. That is the foundation of wealth, not the money itself, but the mindset. People look at the riches of billionaires and wonder how they got there, but what they often miss is that the wealth was created in the seasons of lack, when discipline and vision were all they had. That is the story you are living. Chosen one, the shift is already happening. You can feel it inside you. The hunger, the fire, the unshakable drive that whispers, "This is not the end. This is the beginning." While others waste their time wishing, you have spent your nights working. While others complain about their limitations, you have turned your limitations into fuel. And now, the universe is aligning opportunities, ideas, and breakthroughs in your direction. What once looked like closed doors will suddenly open. What once seemed impossible will now be within reach. That is why this season feels so different. It's because your broke to billionaire journey has already begun. The truth is, wealth is not just money. It is influence, freedom, and impact. You were not chosen just to accumulate riches for yourself. You were chosen to create opportunities, to open doors for others, to inspire those who thought they had no hope left. That is why your story is so important. It shows that you can start with nothing and build everything. It shows that you can walk through storms and still rise into the sun. It shows that you are not limited by your circumstances. You are defined by your vision. So stand tall, chosen one. Stop apologizing for dreaming bigger than those around you. Stop doubting the voice inside you that says more is possible. Stop hesitating to claim what is already yours. The world may have labeled you broke, but heaven has labeled you destined. And now, you will rise into the life that was always waiting for you. Chosen one, the path you are walking is not ordinary. It is extraordinary. You have endured challenges most people would have quit under. Yet you are still here, stronger and hungrier than ever. That hunger is the fuel that separates you from the rest. While others look at problems as permanent roadblocks, you see them as opportunities to create solutions. This mindset, this determination, is exactly what shifts the broke into the billionaire. It begins with resilience, then turns into vision, and finally manifests into results. And you are stepping into that manifestation now. Chosen one. Before we continue deeper into this message, I want you to stay until the very end. At the conclusion, there will be words meant to activate clarity and purpose in your life. When you finish watching, write your most sincere wishes in the comments and place the number 777 beside them. This act is not about superstition. It is about alignment, intention, and sending energy into the universe. It is your declaration that you are ready to rise, ready to receive, and ready to transform. And make sure to subscribe, because this is not just content. It is a community where chosen voices rise together. You need to understand that wealth does not begin in your hands. It begins in your mind. If your thoughts are poor, your results will reflect that. But when your thoughts shift toward abundance, your actions follow, and your results must align. This is why you feel a change happening inside you, because your mindset has already evolved. You are no longer thinking like the person you used to be. You are thinking like the person you are becoming. And that person does not stay broke. That person builds. That person multiplies. That person creates. Chosen one. Everyone who has ever achieved greatness started in obscurity. The difference was not that they had money. It was that they had vision. They carried a picture of a future greater than their present, and they worked toward it relentlessly. That is the same fire burning inside you right now. You are no longer satisfied with just surviving. You want freedom. You want impact. You want to create something that will outlive you. And that desire is not greed. It is calling. Your journey from broke to billionaire is not just about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about finally seeing with your own eyes the reality you've carried in your heart for years. It's about knowing that every late night, every sacrifice, every tear was worth it. And when you arrive at that place of abundance, you will not only enjoy it, you will inspire others to begin their own journeys. Chosen one, this is the moment where you stop apologizing for dreaming big. This is the moment where you stop hiding your ambition to make others comfortable. This is the moment where you rise into your power. Because no matter where you started, this chapter proves one thing. Your broke to billionaire story is already unfolding, and nothing can stop it now. Chosen one, the most powerful part of your journey is not where you are now, but how far you've already come. Many people saw your beginning and wrote you off. They thought your lack of resources would limit your vision, that your empty pockets would silence your voice, and that your circumstances would define your destiny. But you've proven them wrong at every step. What they missed is that the broke to billionaire journey doesn't begin with money. It begins with mindset. And your mindset has already shifted from scarcity to abundance, from fear to courage, from survival to creation. You have learned something most people never grasp. Money follows value. Instead of chasing wealth blindly, you have focused on becoming valuable. Every skill you have sharpened, every lesson you have learned, every ounce of wisdom you carry has been building your value. And value is what attracts opportunity. That is why doors that once seemed permanently closed are now beginning to open. That is why people who once overlooked you are starting to notice. The energy you give off has changed. You are no longer carrying the energy of lack. You are carrying the energy of possibility. Chosen one, this is why people are drawn to you now. They may not even fully understand why, but they feel it. They sense something has shifted in you. They see the fire in your eyes, the clarity in your steps, and the strength in your presence. And that presence alone is opening opportunities, creating conversations, and building networks you once only dreamed of. You don't have to beg for your place at the table anymore. Your preparation has made you someone others want at the table. This journey is about more than financial wealth. It is about personal growth. You have broken cycles of doubt. You have silenced the voices of fear. You have redefined what it means to stand strong in the middle of uncertainty. And every step you've taken has proven one thing. You are not ordinary. Ordinary people stop when life gets hard. Ordinary people shrink when challenges rise. But you rose higher. You kept moving. You turned obstacles into opportunities. That is what makes you extraordinary. And that is what makes you destined to rise into billionaire status. Chosen one, the shift in your life is already being noticed. People are beginning to whisper, to talk, to acknowledge that something is happening with you. They may not say it openly, but they feel it. They see that you are no longer the same. You are walking differently, speaking differently, thinking differently. You are embodying abundance before the wealth even arrives. And that is the secret. You don't wait for billions to feel like a billionaire. You carry that energy now, and that energy attracts everything you need. This is why your story matters. It's not just about personal success. It's about showing others that transformation is possible. You are the living proof that the broke can become the billionaire, that the overlooked can become the celebrated, that the underestimated can become unstoppable. And the more you rise, the more your life will echo a truth that others cannot deny. When someone chosen steps into alignment with their purpose, nothing can stop their rise. Chosen one, your journey proves that what others call the end is often just the beginning. When people looked at you in your lowest moments, they thought your story was over. They thought the weight of poverty, failure, and setbacks would crush you. But you carried something they could not see: a vision. And vision is stronger than circumstance. Vision is what kept you moving forward when everything else said stop. Vision is what turned your broke days into the foundation of your billionaire future. The truth is, wealth begins invisibly. It starts as a thought, then becomes a belief, then becomes a habit, and finally transforms into reality. That's the process you've been living without even realizing it. Every sacrifice, every late night, every time you chose discipline over distraction, you were building wealth in silence. While others wasted time, you were investing in yourself. While others laughed at your dreams, you were laying bricks for the empire you're now stepping into. And this is why your rise feels unstoppable, because it was not built overnight, it was built in every hidden moment of consistency. Chosen one, people may look at your results today and think they appeared suddenly. They may say, "How did this happen? Where did this success come from?" But you know the truth. It came from years of persistence. It came from tears no one saw, from effort no one clapped for, from choices no one understood. It came from carrying belief when doubt surrounded you. And that belief is what transformed you. That is why this journey from broke to billionaire is not just about wealth. It is about proving that faith, discipline, and resilience will always create results. Now your life is becoming a testimony. People are watching, and they can't help but talk. They talk about how you kept going when most would have quit. They talk about how you turned every obstacle into an opportunity. They talk about how you carried strength even when you had nothing. And that talk will only grow louder as your results become undeniable. You don't need to chase validation. The world will validate you when your fruit speaks for itself, and your fruit is beginning to ripen. Chosen one, never forget that the journey is just as important as the destination. Becoming a billionaire is not just about numbers in an account. It is about who you had to become to reach it. It is about the character you built, the wisdom you gained, the endurance you developed. That is what makes wealth sustainable. Because money without wisdom disappears, but money built on wisdom multiplies. And you are carrying the kind of wisdom that ensures your wealth will not just come, it will last. So keep standing tall, keep working silently, keep building even when no one claps, because the applause is coming, and it will be louder than you ever imagined. The same people who doubted you will retell your story. The same voices that mocked you will admire you. And the same circumstances that tried to bury you will become the foundation of your legacy. Chosen one, this is the truth you must carry. Your broke days were not wasted. They were invested. Every struggle was a seed. Every sacrifice was water. Every setback was sunlight in disguise. And now, the harvest is here. Everyone will see it. Everyone will talk about it. And no one will be able to deny that your broke to billionaire journey is real. Chosen one, the conversations surrounding you are not accidental. People are watching your rise because it is undeniable. They remember the days when you had little, when opportunities seemed scarce, when every step forward felt like a battle. And now they see the shift. They see the power, the clarity, and the unstoppable momentum building in your life. They cannot ignore it, because transformation this strong always makes people talk. And your story from broke to billionaire is exactly that. A transformation that demands attention. The difference between you and many others is not luck, it's persistence. While others gave up at the first sign of resistance, you kept going. While others settled for comfort, you embraced discomfort because you knew it was the price of growth. While others doubted themselves into silence, you pushed forward with faith louder than your fear. That is why your story is not ordinary. That is why you will never be remembered as someone who stayed down. You will be remembered as someone who rose. Chosen one, your power lies in the fact that you no longer see failure as final. You've redefined failure into feedback. Every mistake taught you wisdom, every loss taught you resilience, and every delay taught you patience. Together, those lessons became the foundation of your wealth. Billionaires are not created by smooth paths. They are created by messy ones. And your messy path has become your training ground. That's why your wealth will not just appear, it will last, because it was built on wisdom, not shortcuts. And people notice this. They may not tell you directly, but they speak about you. They whisper about how you kept going when everything told you to stop. They marvel at how you carry yourself with confidence, even when the odds are against you. They can't help but point out that something about you is different, unshakable, rare. And they're right. You are not just building wealth, you are building legacy. You are not just chasing success, you are becoming success itself. Chosen one, this is why you must not hide anymore. The world needs to see what determination looks like. The world needs to be reminded that resilience creates results. The world needs examples of people who rise from the lowest points to the highest heights. And that is exactly what your life is becoming. You may not even realize how much hope your story gives to those silently struggling. But they see you, they talk about you, and they're inspired to believe in themselves again. The path from broke to billionaire is not just about wealth, it's about impact. Every obstacle you overcame gave you authority to lead. Every sacrifice you made gave you credibility to teach. Every storm you survived gave you the strength to guide others through theirs. That is why people are watching now. Because your life is more than personal success. It is proof that transformation is possible for anyone willing to believe, persist, and act. Chosen one, let this sink deep into your spirit. The noise around your name is not about gossip. It is about recognition. They are recognizing that you turned lack into leverage, chaos into clarity, and struggle into strength. They are recognizing that you are no longer the person you once were. And soon, they will recognize that your billionaire chapter has not just begun. It is already unfolding. Chosen one, the most powerful evidence of your journey is not just what you've accomplished. It's who you've become in the process. People see the results. They see the strength. They see the glow of success beginning to rise around you. But what truly amazes them is the character you've built along the way. They remember the days when you had every reason to quit, yet you refused. They remember the seasons when you carried nothing but determination, yet you kept moving. That memory is why your name is now on their lips. Because your transformation is living proof that power can be created out of struggle. What others call a mess, you called training. What others saw as failure, you saw as refinement. What others thought would bury you became the very soil that allowed you to grow roots deep enough to weather any storm. This is why your rise feels unshakable now. It's not built on luck, it's built on endurance. It's not built on shortcuts, it's built on sacrifice. It's not built on shallow victories, it's built on foundations laid with discipline, patience, and vision. And those foundations are the very reason your billionaire season is sustainable, not temporary. Chosen one, the conversations about you are proof that transformation cannot be hidden. People may not always congratulate you, but they cannot ignore you. They may not always clap, but they will always talk. And even those who once doubted you are now forced to acknowledge that something has shifted in your life. They see the confidence in your steps, the clarity in your eyes, and the unstoppable energy in your presence. That energy makes people whisper, something is happening with them. And they are right. Your broke to billionaire journey has already begun. But this journey is not just about wealth, it's about freedom. The freedom to choose, the freedom to give, the freedom to create without limits. That is why you fought so hard through the seasons of lack. You weren't just chasing money, you were chasing freedom. And now, you are stepping into it. Every obstacle you overcame has loosened the chains of limitation. Every sacrifice you made has opened the doors of possibility. And every moment of persistence has carved the path to abundance. Chosen one, the truth is that people will always talk when something rare is happening. Ordinary stories do not get repeated. Ordinary lives do not inspire. But extraordinary transformations cannot be silenced. That is why people can't stop talking about you now. They see in you the reflection of what is possible when someone refuses to give up. They see a story worth remembering, worth sharing, worth admiring. And that story is not finished yet. It's still being written in bold strokes. So let their voices be the background music of your rise. Do not shrink because of their envy, and do not stop because of their praise. Both are proof of your progress. Both are signs that you are on the right path. Because when people are talking, it means you are doing something that cannot be ignored. And in your case, they are talking about the undeniable fact that you have turned your mess into power and your broke season into the foundation of billionaire success. Chosen one, let this truth anchor you. What people are speaking now is only the beginning. Soon, their whispers will turn into shouts, their doubts into testimonies, and their questions into admiration. Your rise will not just be a story, it will be a legacy. Chosen one, your life has become a story that people cannot stop retelling. They remember where you started, how low you were, how difficult your circumstances looked, and now they see the undeniable change. That contrast is what makes them speak your name. It's not just about success, it's about the transformation they witnessed with their own eyes. They thought the mess would destroy you, but you turned it into discipline. They thought the storms would silence you, but you turned them into strength. They thought poverty would define you, but you turned it into purpose. That is why your story is so loud, because your life itself has become a message. It is important to realize that this attention is not a burden. It is confirmation. People don't gather to talk about ordinary stories. They don't whisper about predictable lives. They don't feel compelled to spread tales of mediocrity. But when someone takes the broken pieces of life and builds an empire, that story becomes impossible to silence. And that is you. You are the living example that the journey from broke to billionaire is not just possible. It is inevitable for those who refuse to quit. Chosen one, this season is about stepping fully into your power. You no longer need to explain yourself to anyone. Your results will speak louder than your words ever could. Your resilience, your wisdom, and your vision are already carrying you forward at a pace others cannot comprehend. They wonder how you are rising so quickly, how you are attracting opportunities so easily, how you are building what once seemed unreachable. But the truth is simple. You paid the price in silence. While they slept, you worked. While they wasted, you invested. While they doubted, you believed. And now, you are reaping what you sowed. The beauty of your story is that it's not just about money, it's about transformation of the spirit. You have redefined what it means to be wealthy. Wealth is not only numbers in a bank, it is freedom in your choices, peace in your mind, and strength in your soul. That is the billionaire mindset you are walking in now. And that mindset is magnetic. It pulls resources, people, and opportunities into your orbit, because energy always attracts its equal. You are radiating abundance, and abundance is answering back. Chosen one, people will continue to talk. Some will admire you, some will envy you, some will doubt you, even while watching your success unfold. But all of them prove one thing: you cannot be ignored, and that is the true mark of impact. Ordinary people fade quietly into the background. Extraordinary people create waves that ripple far beyond their own lives, and your waves are spreading wider with every step you take. This is why you must keep your focus sharp. Don't let their words, whether praise or criticism, distract you. Praise can inflate the ego, and criticism can weaken the spirit, but neither should control you. Your path is not about their voices, it's about your vision. Keep your eyes on where you are going, because the same discipline that carried you from broke to stability will carry you from stability to wealth, and from wealth to legacy. Chosen one, understand this clearly. You are no longer the same person who once struggled in silence. You carry the scars of your journey, yes, but those scars have turned into stars that light your path. They remind you of where you came from, but they no longer hold you back. They only push you forward. And as you step into the fullness of this billionaire journey, remember that the true wealth is not only in what you build, it is in who you become along the way. Your story is still unfolding, and the chapters ahead will be louder, brighter, and more impactful than anything behind you. People are already talking, but soon they won't just talk about you. They will learn from you, follow you, and be inspired by you. The mess that once threatened to bury you has become the foundation of your empire. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one, every step of your journey has been leading to this moment. From the days of struggle, the seasons of lack, the times when even hope felt distant, you never let go of the vision burning inside you. That vision is why you are here today. That vision is why people are talking about you now. They can't ignore your transformation because it is undeniable. You started with little. You walked through storms. You endured the weight of doubt. Yet you turned all of it into fuel. You transformed your mess into power, your lack into leverage, and your pain into purpose. That is why your broke to billionaire story is already alive. It is not a dream of tomorrow. It is the reality of today. What makes your story so powerful is not only the results people can see, it's the unseen journey that got you here. They may see the glow, but they don't know the grind. They may admire the strength, but they don't know the sleepless nights that built it. They may celebrate the abundance, but they don't know the discipline, sacrifices, and persistence that created it. That's what makes your success even more inspiring, because it was never handed to you. It was forged by your own determination. And now, the conversations about you are filled with respect, admiration, and even awe. Chosen one, understand this. Wealth is not only what you hold, it's who you have become. You are wealthy in resilience, wealthy in wisdom, wealthy in vision. The billions that manifest are simply reflections of the billions of seeds you've planted in your discipline, your faith, and your relentless pursuit of growth. That's why this season is so important. You are not just building wealth for yourself, you are building a legacy. You are creating opportunities, opening doors, and inspiring people who thought their stories were over. Your rise is giving them permission to rise too. The same people who once doubted you now talk about you with admiration. The same voices that underestimated you now speak of your strength. Even those who resist your rise cannot erase the evidence of it. Your story has become too loud, too powerful, too undeniable to be ignored. That is what happens when someone chosen decides to keep going no matter what. Eventually, the world has no choice but to acknowledge the light. Chosen one, this is not the end. It is the beginning. The broke to billionaire journey is not just a destination, it is a way of life. You will keep building, keep expanding, keep rising. Your story will echo beyond your lifetime because you turned obstacles into opportunities, failures into wisdom, and struggles into victories. And people will never stop talking about it. They will remember not just what you achieved, but who you became. So walk boldly now. Carry your head high. Know that the mess that once threatened to bury you has become the foundation of your empire. Know that the pain that once tried to silence you has become the power that fuels your voice. And know that your journey is proof that nothing is impossible for a chosen one who refuses to quit. This is your moment. This is your rise. This is the beginning of your billionaire legacy. You are no longer defined by lack, but by limitless possibility. Every step you take now builds not only wealth, but also influence, freedom, and legacy. The world will keep talking, but your actions will keep proving. You have truly risen.